This is how to buy shares using Trading 212. I'll be covering how to deposit money, buy shares, and even create your own portfolio of shares to invest in on an ongoing basis. And everything is timestamped below if you want to skip to a particular section. In order to begin buying your shares, you'll need to have some money in your account to dabble with. So click on the menu button in the bottom right of the phone app or the top right of the desktop app to see the Deposit Funds button. Once you've done that, you'll be met with 4 different ways to deposit money: instant bank transfer, card, or Apple/Google Pay. The 2 bottom options can charge you a 0.7% fee if you use them though, so it's best to stick with either the instant bank transfer or the bank transfer options. For this example, I'll be using the instant bank transfer options, so after I've selected that, I have to go through a few checks to link the account I want to use. Then I'll be free to deposit money into my account directly from the Trading 212 app itself. You may have to confirm the transaction with your bank, but you can simply do this by logging into your app and approving it from there. Trading 212 actually offers free shares to new customers who created their accounts within the last 10 days. So if you use our promo code FIN or FIN in all caps, you can receive 1 free share worth up to £100. To enter our code, simply click on the menu icon in the bottom right of the app or top right of the desktop app, then scroll down and click on Use Promo Code. Now that you have some money in your account, you can start to buy your shares. So to do this, head over to your homepage by clicking on the home icon at the bottom of the phone app or the top of the desktop app. And here you'll see a variety of shares for you to browse through, and we'll have the option to search for any specific shares you want to purchase as well. If you're just looking to buy shares in companies as a one-off purchase, then you can select whichever of these you like, for example Amazon, and you'll be given an option to buy along with a load of information on the stock itself, detailing its performance and price per share. Please do remember that I am not a financial advisor and that all investments have risk and can decrease in value. This is purely being shown for educational purposes. When you click the buy button, you'll then get an option to choose the amount of shares that you wish to purchase, and this slider will also tell you the value of the purchase as well. If you want to enter a more specific number, you can also tap on the amount to open up the keypad where you can edit it in more detail. Or if you'd rather choose the amount of shares that you're buying instead of the value of them, you can change this by clicking the drop down above and selecting number of shares. So once you've confirmed how many you want to buy, click review order, and then you can see exactly what you're buying along with any associated fees and taxes before you confirm. If you'd like to buy multiple shares at once or set up a recurring investment into a portfolio of shares, there's a simple way to do that too. You can do this by creating something called a pie. A pie is essentially a collection of shares, or funds, or commodities, but we'll stick to shares for this example, that you put together yourself, which you can then invest in all at once or on an ongoing basis. In other words, it's just a fun word for a portfolio. To create a pie, click on the pie icon at the bottom of the phone app and the top of the desktop one, and then scroll down to where it says Investments. Here you'll be able to change the tab to the pies one next to it and click Create Pie. Now you have the option to select a ready-made pie, but we're going to build a brand new one for this example. So the Build a Custom Pie option is the one to choose. After clicking Add Instruments, you'll see a page full of all the shares and other investments that you can add to your pie. These will be split up into categories for you, like the most owned or the most traded, which simply gives you an idea of what other people are buying at this current time. You can also filter the shares by business sector, so say you only wanted to buy shares in the oil and gas industry, you can click on the option and only see companies that you want to see. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'll add Amazon in again, along with Apple, Nvidia, and Microsoft. Now, if I confirm these by clicking the arrow at the bottom, I'll be given the option to divide the investments I make between the shares however I want. So, for example, I could invest the majority of my money into 2 of the shares, then less into the other 2, or I could keep it all at the same amount. It also gives you a slightly misleading estimate of your annual returns based on last year's performance, which is not a reliable metric. So I'd recommend to not take any notice of this while setting up the pie. To keep things simple, I'll leave it at 25% each across the 4 shares so I can move on. Now the next page will give you 2 options, which are auto invest and manually invest. If you auto invest, the pie will invest a specific amount of money set by you into those shares as often as you'd like it to. For example, I could adjust the sliders to invest £200 on the first day of every month, and this will just take the money from the free funds in your account if you select it to do so. But we'll get to that in a second. To make sure that you have the free funds available every time you want to deposit, you'll need to set up a standing order with your bank to pay into Trading 212. And you'll want to set this up so it's putting the money into your account roughly 5 days before the money is invested by your pie. To do this, contact your bank directly or set it up within your banking app. This is currently not a feature that Trading212 offers directly, so if you wanted to do this through the app, then you'd have to use card or Google/Apple Pay, which means you'll incur a fee. It's also really important that on this page where you're selecting where the money is taken from your Pi, that you select the free funds option, as this is where the money that you'll be putting in every single month will land. The manual investment option is fairly self-explanatory and will allow you to put in as much money as you want whenever you want. So after you've chosen which investment option you'd like to use, you can create the Pi and it can be accessed at any time from the Pi icon at the top of your desktop app or the bottom of the phone app. And that's it. Now you're ready to start buying shares using Trading212, and you even have multiple ways of doing it, so don't say I don't treat you.